Yes, guys, welcome back to Alpha Plug. Today, I'm joined by one of the guys fighting in the first ever Misfits survival tag match, Ryan Johnston. How are you doing today, brother?
Good, brother. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is like the first survivor tag in boxing history, is it?
Yeah, I mean, there was a tag team match back in Telford, Misfits 005, I think. But yeah, this is the
Okay, but
first
how
ever
about but
survival
like
tag.
every man for their own? Is this the first time or I could be mistaken?
This is the first ever survival tag. There's been
Yeah.
one like tag team match beforehand.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that one. I've seen that one. But yeah, man, yeah, bro, feeling good. Feeling ready. Yeah.
So we're only 12 days away from Misfits '08. How's your training camp been so far?
So, you know what, bro? Like I was thinking about this like this morning, how like every single time that I get ready for a fight, I feel like there's like this natural path that opens that kind of like leads me to focus on one specific aspect of my training camp, right? So like let's say my first training camp ever, it was more about like technique and stuff. And I think that like that's the foundation for every camp. Sure, well, of course it has to be. But I feel like this specific camp, bro, like I've been focusing a lot about on power and yeah, about power. And it's funny because like literally, bro, everywhere that I go, every single time, like this power instinct has been coming into like my brain and into like my hands. Everywhere I go, I see like lightning symbols everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like I would see at a red light, someone would text me lightning, or like a delivery guy would knock on a door and then he would turn around and have like a lightning bolt on his back. Like, bro, it'd be like everywhere, you know? It's like, so I'm like, bro, there's something about power that I gotta focus on. And that's what I've been really focused on, like just like, you know, channeling some power so I could like knock these guys out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. I saw that like clip of you on like the bag, hitting the heavy bag, I think it was, and you look sharp, bro. You look ready.
uh,
So
Shane, can you repeat that? It froze for a second.
yeah, sure, man. Yeah. I saw you like a clip of you on the heavy bag. And
Uh-huh.
you were given like you were doing some really good shots, really good punches. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking if you bring that power on fight night, then it's gonna be fireworks, man. It's gonna be very, very, very good to watch.
Yeah, you know, I've also been sparring a lot, like more than the usual. So it's like when it comes down to like me giving those shots, like usually before I would like hold back because I don't want the person to come back with me with that same power. You know what I mean? But this time around, because I've been sparring way more, like I feel more confident in having someone in front of me and like just sticking them and just like moving out of the way if I have to, or I just like dodging the thing. So like yeah, bro, like I really do feel good about this fight, man. Like it's different too, man. Like there's just something about it that and even the way how I got the fight with is that's like a story of its own. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I feel like
How did
everything
you
like
get the fight?
divinely aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Well, yeah, in your last fight, you fought and beat someone called Cal Siraj at Social Gloves One back in 2021. Have you been
Yeah.
trained in boxing since that fight?
So, you know, right after I left that fight, bro, like I had like this like obsession with boxing. So it didn't so I kept going just to keep myself sharp. But then like life kind of happened like in the midst of it. And then when I started realizing I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna let whatever I build die off in the sense of like my boxing because this is something like I truly love and that I don't know. There's just something about boxing that I reflect even with the symbolism of life that I love to like practice in or entertain into. So when it came down to this fight, I started back training even before I knew that I was gonna fight this fight, probably like 6 months ago. But it wasn't even nothing crazy. It was just something for me just to like hit the bag and just to feel like punches going. But then when I got the call from Keemstar and Mams, that's when I that was like 6 weeks ago. That's when I started to like turn up the gear a little bit with training.
Wow,
So.
man. Yeah, I saw a lot of people wondering whether, you carried on training since your last fight. And the fact that
Uh,
you kind of have means we're going to see fireworks come July 22nd. So,
yeah, for sure. And not only that, bro, but like for my Kale Siraj fight, like I only was boxing for okay, so the social glove event that we had a fight to like get into the fight and like
yeah, I
I was
saw
the
that.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So okay, so a lot of people don't know that I also trained for 1 week before that little event to like qualify for the social glove position, right? So like and everybody really just trained a week because the event organizers of that event, they knew only 7 days before when the date was going to be. So that was the only time they were able to tell everybody, hey, by the way, in 6 days from now, there's going to be the qualifying match. So everyone just get ready as much as you can, right? I haven't my point of saying that is like for the Kill Siraj fight, I only really trained for like 5-6 weeks, and I just saw a lot of like skill and like this like dormant skill that I have in me. You know what I mean? It's like this like dormant talent. And then yeah, bro, that's why I feel like I can pick it up pretty quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, you're really impressive in that fight. So I'm just thinking if you've been training since then, like maybe on
Mhm.
and off, but still like, training since then, we could be looking at a really good fighter come July 22nd.
Yeah, 1000%, bro. And you know what? Like I said, I feel like my skill, my artillery has been like, I have more weapons in my bag now. So it's like I kind of can't wait to like use them because like I know how to bait somebody. Like here I am, and bah, sorry, got you. And that's like my favorite. That's like my favorite thing to do in a boxing match is kind of like like dangle something over here and just like slap him around the fucking the you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So how are you approaching the survival tag? Are you analyzing each opponent and then figuring out like what their weaknesses are and maybe capitalizing on that? Or are you just gonna have your own fight and just give everyone a top fight?
I feel like it has to be a balance of both. I think that it has to be like knowing the weaknesses of your opponent, which I have been doing, but also too, since it's also four people fighting, there's so much that could happen. Like, for example, as much as I want to knock all three guys out in one round, because it's possible. What if the Swarms comes in as me and Swarms the first round, and I just clean him with an uppercut, and he's already eliminated. You see, so it only takes for someone to get a standing 8 count or a knockdown to get eliminated. So it's pretty easy to score a knockdown. So like imagine I do that with one guy. The next guy comes in and you know what, boom, same thing, standing 8 count, and then within one round, the whole match is done. Or it could go the whole distance and everyone has to like wait for a decision from the judges. You know what I mean? So it's like I really feel like it could go in so many different ways depending on who starts off the fight. I think that Keemstar did tell me that they're gonna start the fight just by a social media poll on who's gonna be the first to go in the ring, and that's gonna be interesting to see because now the fans we're at the fate of our fans now. You know what I mean? So I do know that Bdave, he's kind of a wild guy, and he carries his guard pretty high. So because of that, I've been focusing on chopping down the freaking tree trunk, bro. So like and training camp, like we practice a lot of on the body, and I've been really like getting in my my mojo with the body, so I can kind of get Dave out of there. When it comes down to Swarms, I feel like he's like a jumping bean. Like he's just always jumping around, jumping around, jumping around. So I think that me staying calm and compose while he just gasses out and just be really selective with him. I have to be really selective with my shots with him. I think that's going to be the game plan with him. When it comes down to Nick, I don't really see much power in his shots, bro. I think that I really don't. I think that he is able to like go the distance in the same in the sense of like taking on damage, but every time he returns, I don't see any power. So I feel like Nick is going to be the easier one of all of them. Like just being honest, like my opinion, he's going to be the easier one.
So on
Yeah.
that note,
And when it comes down to Bdave, since he's like the drunken cowboy, he's like in some kind of way, he has like this like invisible iron shield. You know what I mean? So it's like he's the type of guy that you meet at a party, and he's the only guy on the roof of the party, and everyone's like, and he's like doing backflips on concrete. You know what I mean? Like that's who Bdave is. So that's why like I have to watch out with that when it comes down to him.
so on that note, then, who do you think is the toughest fight in this whole Survivor Tag match?
Okay, so toughest fight. I'm between Bdave and Swarms, but when it comes down to like, okay, like let's say if you like compare like let's say tree trunks, right? And there are different woods. Let's say you have a sequoia tree and then like a chestnut tree, right? Maybe the sequoia tree um is harder to chop down because like of the durability. And I would say that's B-Dave. But the con of that is that he's stiffer, so he doesn't really have much the versatility when it comes to Swarms. It's like I feel like it's easier to chop him down, but because he's more flexible, right? He's more so I feel like the toughest one. mm, honestly, bro, I would have to say B-Dave, bro. Just because he just especially what I saw from that fight with Luis Pineda, like he was really able to like eat some shots, you know what I mean? So um when it comes down to Swarms, he just keeps his hands down a lot, and it's really easy to like catch him with that, you know what I mean? Like I saw a training video like the other day, and maybe he did it on purpose, like maybe not, but like every time he would throw the jab, he would bring it down to like his shoulder, so it's really easy to just like to counter it, you know what I mean? So I would say B-Dave, bro. I think B-Dave would be the yeah.
Yeah, man. Um,
Wait, can I ask you, what's your opinion on that?
yeah, man. I think you're right in like Swords, for example, right? He's very much a guy that's like light on his toes. He likes to move around the ring a lot, as we saw in the Deji fight. So I think Swords could be tough in his own right, but then like you said, B-Dave is tough. He's very tough. He can take heavy shots, and he
Mm-hmm.
does keep his guard up quite high as well, which can be a bit difficult to break him down. So honestly,
Mm-hmm.
man, and obviously Nick as well, man. Like Nick is a very good fighter. I think in his
Mm-hmm.
last fight with Sir Jay Swingler, he showed a lot of people that he can fight. A lot of people were
Mm-hmm.
thinking, he's going to get knocked out in the first round. But the fact
Mm-hmm.
that he lasted the whole fight, and some even said that he won that fight, showed that he
Mm-hmm.
can box. So I think all the
Yeah, for
fighters are
sure.
tough in their own right.
Yeah, I'm not taking anyone lightly, bro. Like not even Nick, man. Like I'm taking everyone. At the end of the day, we're on there. We're gonna fight. You know what I mean? So like, there's definitely gonna be a lot of fireworks, bro. And and for sure, someone's getting slapped that night, bro. So it's not gonna be me. Like I just know that like I know how to handle those situations when it comes down to like intense moments. But yeah, bro, I'm not taking anyone lightly either way.
Yeah, so on that note then, do you think you have what it takes to win the first ever Misfits survival tag match?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I do, bro. Just because this is why. Okay, it's not because I'm arrogant, bro. And like I know that a lot of these boxers that you meet they think that they're the shit and that they're the best and that they're untouchable and I'm this and that. But this is why I believe that like I have a slight advantage over all of them. It's because when you add hard work, skill, and which is what most people do, they forget the third component, which is the most important one, and it's the connection to faith. It's like the connection to your higher self. And a lot of people just focus on the physicality, just focus on the emotional. Let me just cut out my emotions and just focus on this. But no one focuses on the connection to the source of power, which is the heart, right? It's the human soul, right? And a lot of people are disconnected from it. So this is one thing that I've been doing a lot of work, inner shadow work in the last 4 years, understanding where my source of power comes from. Like, where does that source of power, that my heartbeat and every single cell in my body is just naturally existing without me even trying? Where's that coming from? And then and connecting to that higher self, to that like divine spark. I think that is something that I have developed a relationship with in the last couple years, and every single time I connect, right, miracles happen. Miracles freaking happen, bro. And I think that is like the message to like everybody. Like this is why I even chose to do this fight, is because when I'm up there even talking on the press conference, I'm gonna tell everybody like, hey man, it's not all about just like working hard, working. Yes, you have to, but you cannot neglect the divine spark that is inside of you, which is what creates the miracles, right? It's literally like Moses splitting the ocean, like it's creating a miracle, right? So when you add all those components and they all line up, there's nothing that can get it in somebody's path, like nothing. Like for example, if someone is so connected with their divine like higher self, while they have all the skills and all that, they've been working hard, things could look lucky. You see what I'm saying? Things could look lucky, but really what it is because the person is connected. And it's like whatever you believe in, the higher powers that created the whole freaking universe, whatever energy created that thing intelligently, it moved things to like reflect that connection of the spark that you have. You know what I mean? So I think that is the advantage that I have.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you don't really hear a lot of fighters talk like what you just said. You don't hear a lot of fighters maybe say that. But I think the fact that you're connecting with that higher power, you're connecting like with your source of power, it could pay off and it could, make you win this fight. So yeah, man.
Yeah, you know who I see has a lot of that, bro? Gervonta Davis. Like I think that he is so much in his mojo that like anything that gets in front of him, it won't survive because he's too much in his connection of his mojo. Like he's just always at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever met somebody that is just like, yo, bro, you know what? You're always at the right place at the right time. You always come with like a lottery ticket, like that you won like a $20 scratch off, like all the time, like, or you always get a free card. It's just, wow, how do you get so lucky? Like, and it's like we create our own luck. You know what I'm saying? Through that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Hello?
good stuff. So, is there anyone you'd like to fight next after your survival tag match? Maybe
Yes.
Taylor, maybe OJ Rose, maybe even Taylor Holder again. Is there any names?
So have you heard of Nick Ireland?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so he's the guy that I fought in the last round to get into the Social Glove card. So because there's a lot of like controversy between me and him, just because all his fans and all that, like obviously they were like butthurt that their hero didn't win, right? And at that point, everybody just comes up with like a whole bunch of like excuses on like why like this and that. But my point is like I would like to fight him, and if he can cut down the weight just a little bit, I'll be more than happy to fight him again, so I can prove to the people that like, you know what, bro, like it was a match that I won fair and square, and that yeah, bro, like I'll be definitely down to running with Nick Ireland. And not only that, but when I fought the guy, he was like 195 pounds, I was 150, and I still managed to knock him down. So yes.
That weight difference is insane. So if you could like fight in the same weight class, you obviously make it a lot more even. And obviously you beat him last time, so I think it'd be a good fight.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Nick Ireland, and like I think that'll be the next one. And then after that, Taylor, I'll definitely be down to fight Taylor one day. But the thing is, like, I don't know whether I don't know. He's a little bit wishy-washy when it comes down to like his image, So like when I sparred with him, like this is the little things I pick up on people, right? Like when did you see that one like little video when I sparred him?
Yes, I did. Yes.
So this is what happened, bro. It's like picking up little things from people that I noticed, like just the fact that the guy had everything. I'm not talking shit about it. I'm just saying this is not an observation, right? Of somebody, right? An observation, not a judgment, an observation. So what it is like when I first walked in the ring, I noticed that he had his whole entourage with him. Like I just walked in with myself in a duffel bag, but he had his whole entourage. He had a cut man, and we were just only supposed to spar. And not only that, but everything was matching. He had the matching the matching headgear, with the matching gloves. Wait, can you hear me, bro?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, the matching headgear, the matching gloves, the matching mouthpiece, the matching shoes, everything was matching. And it clearly was shown to me that, okay, this guy really cares about how he looks. Like I'm over here with different color socks. Like, I don't care. I'm just in here to fucking brawl, So when I sparred him, in the beginning of the spar, like I got him like pretty clean like a few times, and it made me feel kind of bad because all his people were in the gym. Like even Bradley was there, and his friends was like with Taylor and stuff. And I felt kind of bad, so that's why like after I got him a few times, I was kind of confused on whether I should keep that pace up because I also didn't want to like throw more fire. I mean, wood to the fire. So I kind of like let my guard down so he can kind of like get a few licks in, and that's when he knocked me down because I kind of rushed it with my guard down. And then he knocked me down, and then we ended it there. But because of that, I think that he wouldn't want to give me a chance to fight him, just because he just wants to fight I don't know, somebody that he hasn't knocked down yet or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, great. Thank you for this interview, man. Thank you so much. And
Yeah,
good
bro.
luck on July 22nd. And hopefully I'll talk to you again soon, man.
Are you going to Nashville?
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh man, I wish you were going. I would
I wish
met
I
you in
was, man. I
person.
wish I was, yeah.
Yeah, but hey, thank you, bro, for the interview, man, and have a good week, bro.
I knew, man. I knew.